Hey, welcome to my channel. This is Spirit Soul Sense, Information for Your Soul. I am Sharice, and at this point in 2019, I just want to distance myself from words like freethinker, being woke. They've morphed into these definitions that really don't apply to me. And if people think I'm living in that box and I do something outside of it, because I'm actually not living in that box, they get like big mad. I feel like the word woke really took off when the Black Lives Matter movement was, steady trudging along, and some people over there were saying all lives matter and Black Lives Matter. People were really trying to figure out, like, how come you just don't get that we haven't mattered? And that's why we created this slogan to remind you that we do matter. But anyway, the people who were able to understand that Black Lives Matter was not like a racist movement or we're better than you movement were deemed woke, right? These are people who understood that being Black is a different experience in America, in the world, and that it's important to highlight the specific things about Black people in America. That's where woke came from. People have now started using the word woke to refer to any kind of thinking that goes against popular thinking, I guess. And some people have made it into like this little box of thinking, and if you think anywhere outside of that box, then you are not woke anymore, and actually you're canceled, right? And so thinking about cancel culture reminds me a lot of Kanye West and his use of the word freethinker. And so when people think of freethinker, they think of someone like Kanye West, who is not only just saying, like, he thinks whatever he wants to think, but he also has no filter. Maybe not no filter. He has a very limited filter. And so there's little discernment about the things that he does share. And there's little nuance in the way that he shares things. In addition to being a free thinker, he's also like an asshole, I guess. Which, I love assholes. But he's in addition to. He's not just someone who's thinking outside of the box and having these different ideas of other people. He's also doing it in a way that antagonizes a lot of people, that makes it difficult for the people to understand and hear his message, right? Because I think if we're giving this message to people and we're doing it in a way that it's difficult to receive, then why is it so important for us to get it out? It's probably more for ourselves than for other people. So here on my platform, I think the only label that I really feel comfortable with, I don't need labels, right? And we all need labels. I do need labels. Labels are important for the continuity of things in life, for us to not overthink things and just do things because we understand the categories that they go in, right? They make life simpler. But I don't need to be in a box. And I think my personality is one that's very outside of the box from a lot of different things, and people have a hard time understanding me because they want to put me in this category, and I really don't fit in one category. I'm a lot of different things. So the label that I'm comfortable with at this point is spiritual. I think in 2019, spiritual has a lot of connotations, and I'm okay with whatever interpretation people go with when they think spiritual, because it's not yet, for me, it's not yet this box, this small box that I exist in their mind. I think people may have decided that spiritual means you don't like God, or spiritual means woo woo. I am much more okay with someone thinking that I like the moon or astrology, or thinking that I'm not part of a particular religion. I'm much more comfortable with that because those are closer to what I actually am. And so I really don't like people having like a misconception about me. It's part of why I really don't talk about my career or my education level. I will at some point, but I feel like people, when they hear certain things, put you in this box and do not give you a chance to be you. And I think I'm pretty cool. And if you get a chance to know me, you'll see that I'm pretty cool. And the labels that you want to give aren't really necessary. The different parts of me come out, and like you just get to see them. And instead of instead of trying to make it, stop trying to make me fit into something. Like, you can just let me be. And I try to do that with people that I meet. Just let them be. I typically don't, sometimes on purpose, most times I don't ask people what they do because that's not really the most important thing to me. I want to know, like, who are you? And when you're being yourself, like who are you? And you're not your job. You're not your career. You're not your education. You're not those things. Who you are is your soul, and it's much deeper than that. And so I really enjoy having deeper conversations with people and getting to know them. So I'm letting go of like this woke, because like I just like a lot of different things that don't fit into the woke people, okay? And I don't want to be this radical free thinker who, you know, is anti-society or whatever. Like I'm just not any of those things. My biggest point is I really haven't exchanged one ideology for another. I'm very much okay with like this in-between area where I listen to both sides, or however many sides there are to a point. And like, I'm just open to learning and open to experiencing like different people. And there's, you know, really no all good or all bad, and everything is just an in-between mostly for me. I like a lot of vague things. And you know, my personality is pretty unique. I have a whole other video about INFJ, Myers-Briggs type stuff. But I know that the boxes don't work for me, and I try not to do it with other people. And I just want to be open to a lot of different ways of being and experiencing the world. And so I don't need to only be with people who agree with me or who are woke. I don't need to be around people who, you know, want to analyze society and just say whatever it is they want to think. I have a lot of tact, I think, when I'm sharing my ideas, and that's what works for me. If someone else does something different, I'm like cool with that too. Like, do you, boo? Like, that's like it. So if you want to call me anything, call me spiritual. Please don't call me woke. Don't just call me woke. And don't call me a free thinker. I mean, do what you want, right? Do what you want. I'm just saying, I think spiritual fits me better. So that's it. Thank you for watching.